tonight's episode, Triangle of Terror.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com. All right, we haven't made an intro to the patch swap yet, but this is the third installment of Gear Websites Patch Swap, where we get together on Sundays in the afternoon and swap patches. Also, we're trying to have some fun with it, so we're creating some random patch assortments. And you know what I can do? I could probably share the file. Let me try doing that. I haven't ever done that before. So I'm going to present a slide from my computer. Just don't tell me anything. Just do me the thing and tell me the thing to do. And then, oh, you kidding me? It has to be a PDF? Lame. So I guess I won't be doing that. How about, oh, I know what I can do. I can open up this, go down to overlay. Let's just call it an overlay. Try shoving an overlay in here. Oh, don't cry me. Whiny dog syndrome going on right now. Apologize for the whiny dog. Come on. Show this one real quick because I got to delete it. All right, now I can plug in this new one. So we're going to spend some time today batching up the new batch of random packs, and that's what I'm attempting to show you here, is a picture of what all we got in store. There's a messy picture of the table that I can't get the camera over to. That's the pile I'm going to be turning into bags over here. We'll be previewing them, and then those will be going into the, what do I call them? I think I called them Batch 3. Patch Trade Random Packs Series 3 is what they should be. So is this refreshes? Series 2, excuse me, Series 2. There's a lot of patches in here. I upped them to $30. One, because we got to rake in that money. And two, because I bought a lot of these patches and I got to at least pay for the ones I bought. So let's see what we got going on here. Well, I guess I can flip this on. Here's the thing. Here's an obligatory puppy pan. I'll just bring the puppy over to you. It's not like a big puppy. There's still a puppy here. This is the puppy. That doesn't help. Let's do this real quick. Oh, yes. Let's just do this real quick. There's the puppy pick. All right, he's going back to sleep. Oh, my goodness. Yep, he's going back to sleep. We'll grab a... Okay. You gonna go back to sleep? Maybe I shouldn't have woke him up. It's a bad thing to do. You gonna go back to sleep? You know, I didn't time this right. I probably should have taken him to the, you know what. All right, let's dig into them. We're going to have about 21 of them here, and then we'll open the room up for some patch swapping. Some people have, right, we'll just do this pan here. Does this work? There's a variety of patches to my left. Patches to the left of me with a puppy who's sitting on this chair right here. It's more convenient for this puppy to be at this level, to just nap in this chair, it turns out, than to be on the floor. I think I can get it over there very good, but over here, where I can't get to very good, is a bunch of patches. We're going to be going through those patches. Oh, how's the audio? You can see the thing hanging here. I got the audio in a new place dangling off my camera today. Let's dig right in. These are $30, and you're only getting 4 patches. What? Because some of these are decent patches. So if you don't, you're going to have a chance to look at them. If you don't think it's worth it, then don't do that. But if you want to grab some, grab some. So first off, let's go with a Mystery Ranch. In the package, Mystery Ranch. It doesn't say how much it would cost, but this they call their black. This is black on black, a murdered out Mystery Ranch. So I don't know if you know Mystery Ranch or not, if you're a fan of U.S.-made gear, but Mystery Ranch is among the best of gear. This is a patch in the shape of Montana and where they're from. And it is black on black. Very cool patch. Very well made. It's embroidered. Then we got one of the Wii Tacticals. This is the black background, girl, Wii one in pink. I would call this the forest one. There's a bunch of Wii ones. You're getting a Wii one in there. We got an unvelcroed. Using the first to defend the second, the right of the people. Special bonus points if you know where this comes from. And then the SAR USA, which has got the bad bleed. This used to be a red patch. You're seeing it correctly. This is bleeding out. From what I'm told, the Velcro was white, dyed black, has reacted with the red, and is now turning the red into this creepy color. But it's not it's in the rubber. It's not coming off or anything. It's not leaking the color. So throwing it in there, that's the first set. It's going to take a little while to get through these because one of the reasons I collect patches is because I dig them. And we're going to be talking about the patches as we set these things up. So here's how it goes. This will go in, be sealed. Right? Now it's sealed, and this will be Series 2, right? Number 1. That goes into this bin over here with the old series of them, which I'll stick over here. Puppy's approving everything over here. Everything's up and up with the puppy. Getting right into it. What? An unobtainable BWE Uzi patch made by Toxic Patch Co. We got a UA Arms or U Arms. I don't know what this is, but these are very well made. I would call these a twill, but they're beyond twill. They're some sort of weird fancy material twill. You have to hold this patch with your pinky up. A Rogue from POF USA. So if you're into POF, you can see a little bit of the fade happening here. Hey, I'm not telling you where to buy your patches. Here's an Armalite. This is from SHOT Show this year. Can you see the fade that's happening? Hey, if you want to save $1 on a patch, save $1 on a patch. It's just your logo that's going to be all dingied out, and people are going to take it off their panel because it looks like it's fouled or something. But Armalite's a pretty cool company. They did have some cool patches. Gotta love that lion jumping over some Crosshairs logo. Nice set of patches, and the unobtainable BWE in the package. No foul play. It's in there, right? It is. It's in there. Bring it back up. Bring it back up. There it is, the BWE. In there. Now, here's the deal. You're not buying number 1 or number 2, right? I'm writing on here S2 for Series 2, number 2, very 2A1, right? But you don't buy number 2. You buy A1, and it randomly hits this or not. That's the deal. That's how it's fun, hopefully, and how we get some patch swapping, some patch trading going on. I'm just pulling these in random order off of my table over here. There's 4 patches in each one, and I'm going to actually drag my light back over here. There, I'm bringing the light back. So I asked before about audio, and I don't know if anybody said, is my audio even working? Are we on right now? Or is people just watching nothing? I guess I have to type that if it's not working. Maybe my audio isn't on. So I'm saying something. Oh, it looks like it's on. I think it's on. I'm good. Okay, thanks. So that was weird. We're going to go back to this one. So this one was from Gray Ghost. This was from SHOT Show this year. Let's Bang Tonight. It's got a skull with quad nods, a bump helmet with some IR, and then a couple of frags. Actually, a frag in either an incendiary. I don't know my color codes on cylinder grenades, but pretty detailed patch. It's got a series of spent and unspent cases around it. In other words, cartridges and spent cases. How cool is that? With stars and stuff, lots of detail. Yeah, I'm giving this patch away because I'm crazy. SAR USA, I'm not really giving it away, I'm selling it, I guess. This SAR USA is dying, right? Lock grips, another interesting patch, nice design with the lion. And M30, I don't know what these are. These are from Colorado, but I can't remember the name of the company right now. But hey, make a logo that doesn't tell the name of your company. That's a good strategy. There's 4. I want to say M&M. I think it's an M plus an M. That's what that design is. M&M. They make like an AK-AR hybrid thing, or a modern AK, you could say. So this is season 2 or series 2, 03. Going over into the pile. This is taking forever. 12 minutes in. I get paid by the hour. Actually, I don't get paid by. So let's get to the next one. A Blue Force Gear medical patch. I don't know why I'm crazy. I should keep this. I think this is a utility patch, a useful patch. You can't just get these. I mean, maybe you can, but you can't just get them necessarily at SHOT Show. I shouldn't have given that one away. A Paraclete. If you know about Paraclete, then you know what it is. And this is a sweet, I don't know if that's supposed to be Tiger Stripe, or I think it's supposed to be Tiger Stripe. It's a PVC patch. Very cool. And if you know what Paraclete is, then you know what's the deal. Now you got Crimson Trace, the rad. So I'm guessing Crimson Trace. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. They must make, I don't know, I guess that grip. Does this thing have a laser in it? I don't know what this is, but it's a cool AR and very large for a SHOT Show patch. And then this one says KDEX. It's got a bolt action rifle. You don't see very many things with bolt action suppressed rifles with honking optics on them. So it's a silhouette of that rifle. These 4 will go in, and now we're looking at set number 4. Put a secret patch into one of these, and whoever gets it gets the dog. Here's my thing, and for some reason, I don't know if I'm just getting this or not, but this dog, to me, everything about this dog seems like it came from an old lady. It's not a spaz. Look, it's just sitting here, doesn't even like patches. Sitting here ignoring the whole patch situation. But it's just sitting here calmly. What kind of puppy sits here calmly? I don't think it's a puppy that came from a household with like a bunch of kids running around and constantly playing games and then up at all hours. I think this is a dog that had a routine. And for some reason, I feel like some old lady, something happened and it got out and she's looking for her puppy. So I'm just holding on to this puppy until we can find that old lady. And if we can't, then maybe we'll find an old lady for this dog. But this dog seems like an old lady dog to me. All right, next. So I ain't just giving that dog away. We've got, this one is from Savoir Equipment, and they do nylon gear. They sew nylon gear. So they did this awesome sewing machine themed in the World War II fighter kind of design and kind of paint job. Really freaking cool. Lots of detail in that one. One of the cooler patches from SHOT Show. This one's from Stag Arms. Another really nice detailed patch from SHOT Show. Well done for Stag Arms. It says Stag Arms for sport, for security, for life. And it's got 2 ARs. If you notice, it's not a mix-up. Stag Arms makes a left-handed AR. So this is both of their ARs. Nobody else can make this patch and not have that be a screw-up. But it looks like a screw-up. We got Exfil Ballistic, designed in Cleveland. This is an Ohio company. And then XS Sights. I think this glows. Boy, puppy does not care about these patches. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe the puppy was abused, and that's why the puppy doesn't care about patches. I think at some point we're going to have to take a break. So at some point when we bring people in, they'll take over the show, and I'll go outside with the little animal. Do some business. Do some outside business. Next up, let's bring this one into the mix. This one has a Clover Tac glow in the dark new series. Look how big that thing is. Patch. It's also got a right to bear, some kind of insurance out of South Carolina, I think. A Palmetto State, what? Also out of South Carolina. If Clover moved to South Carolina, this could be a South Carolina set. So I'm not saying he has to move to South Carolina. I'm just saying if he did, this would be a nice set. And then a SAR USA in black. You can't tell that the Velcro is blowing out into the black. So this one costs money. I mean, Clover probably gave it to me, but it would cost money if you bought it. I do buy stuff off of people, so I probably bought like 2, and then he sent me like 4. So that's how he does it. Because he knows I'm giving them away, I hope. So that was number 6. And again, when you buy, if you buy one of these sets, you're not buying like number 3 or whatever, number 2. You're buying A1, and then we'll roll magical Dungeons and Dragons dice. And over the week, what I've been doing, aside from getting a puppy, this is a magical puppy of +5 cuteness. This dog has +5 cuteness. I added a +2 of wizardry to my dice. So now the dice are going to roll in a more like the glittery fashion. So we've got Bishop, Ammunition and Firearms. Got this patch from them at SHOT Show this year. Probably shouldn't be putting it in here. I like to keep stuff like that. So hopefully I'm keeping one for myself. This one's from Night Eyes, I think. Pretty sure these glow. These are actually pretty cool patches. One from, wait a minute, is this from Civivi? Or is this from Wee Knives? Or is it from Civivi? Or is it from Wee Knives? I don't know. Is this a good idea or not? I don't think this glows. It should. That should be a glowy color, but it isn't. Oh, and then a banana clip. What? A US Palm banana clip. So that one's going in there. That's a nice set. That'll be set number 7. So let's say that you grab one of these. Let's say you don't know which one you're going to get because it's random. And then we're doing the patch swap. And then it's time for yours to get rolled. Boom, you roll number 7. We're going to open it up, and that's going to be the patches that are in there. It's S2. Number 7. So here's what this is doing. If I didn't have this little dog to have to deal with, this one, let's not mention any names, but one of these little dogs to deal with, I probably could have done this off air or like during some other chat. But one, I have one of these dogs to deal with, and Gizzard didn't do a show. So, you know what I'm saying? I have to do this live. Never enough ammo. He's this dude on the internet, does stuff. Patch. Night Force optics. They are good for optics. Patch. KSG, Keltec, patch. Primary Arms, optics. Somebody gave me this. I'm pretty sure. 4 together. This Never Enough Ammo came off of one of my patch panels, so there's lots of Never Enough Ammo ones out there. Not one coming off my patch panel. We got these in 2019. Let's see how much fade there is. There's some fade. I'm not going to say there's no fade, but look at the difference in fade on this 2019 patch batch from our dude versus, I'm just saying, SAR USA. Maybe you should talk to our dude. I'm not going to tell you who our dude is. S2, that'll be 08. Does anybody have any of these that they're eyeballing? S2, 08. So until further notice, the free ones come out of the other set because they're cheaper. But occasionally we'll do some free ones out of this set also. But a lot of these I bought, so I'm trying to not lose money on the deal. All right. I think I'm still getting these in order. So I was walking around SHOT Show, and I don't know, I think some guy had a bunch of patches on his backpack. And in the business, that means that's an indicator that you're a patch swapper. If somebody's plastered their backpack in patches. So I go, hey, you got any patches to trade? I was walking around with some of mine. And he goes, yeah. And I go, what do you got? And he shows this thing to me. So, everybody's special, and everybody's got their own way of doing things. It's not my style of patch. That's why I'm moving it along. But it's a numbered 6 out of 80. And it's what it says on there. I guess you can't copyright this guy because he never copyrighted his stuff, Calvin and Hobbes. And it's not metal, it's like plastic, but it looks like a piece of metal. So it's interesting, just not my style. And then this one is from DK Designs, Custom Designs. So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, this is an actual straight up trade. Then there's an Empowered 2A, which I guess got sued or copyrighted. Something happened. They can't use that anymore. Then Magnum Research, little Magnum Research patch, and a Radical Defense. I'm telling you, this is one of the most glowy patches you're going to get. Very glowy patch. I don't know what kind of radioactive stuff they do with these, but these are some of the glowier patches. It's a skull with the quad nods and a bump helmet with a full length like carbine, and man, every part of that thing glows. Pretty decent patch. I'm guessing a stand. That's my guess. In other words, it came from one of the stands. All right, we're dropping that one in, and that one is number 9. So if you're trying to, do some kind of a ritual on that end, trying to will the patch you're looking for out of the batch you're looking for, everybody can see they're all on the up and up. We're just putting these things together, minding our business, doing it live. Got 2 different puppies, authorizing it. This puppy is not sleeping on the job. It's watching everything that's happening here. The other one is even more aware of what's going on. I don't know what this is. Paul? Does anybody know what this is? I think it's easier to see him on this, right? So I don't know what this one is. It's got a blue line through it, so maybe a police thing. Then one that says Defender Armor. A Meprolite, which should glow, right? 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 Come on, Meprolite. Come on. And then one of Clover's Hug-a-Fuds. That's not even expensive ones as much as also large ones. So people have different tastes for their patches. Some people have preferences. Some people have less preferences. But some people are looking to cover area with big patches. Some people like characters, humans or critters. Some people like different colors. Patriots going for skulls all the time. So that one is number 10. Jacob says, I'll do anything for that Never Enough Ammo patch. Looks like, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there with the Never Enough Ammo patches. Krabby is saying number 9. Okay. I'm watching on both streams, and the one is faster. Interesting. Can't stay. Gotta ship that stuff to you. Right on. Thanks, man. I think you might be keeping the pug as you'll fall in love with him and won't be able to see him go. No, I'm all right. I like little dogs like this, and I don't mind him, but he's too little for me. I think I would break him. He's like always next to me, and I'd forget and I'd step on him. And he seems like a dog for an old person or a little girl. So he's going to he's going to go back to where he lives, hopefully. Because for some reason, I feel like he came from some old folks. There's a lot of old folks around here. And they need some time to figure out what's up and then figure out how to, see who's got them. And then, so we got a while. Knight's Armament. This is not an easy. I don't know if they sell them or what, but for the longest time, you couldn't even hardly talk to Knight's Armament. Like they just didn't have any time for people. I think they're turning around on that a little bit now that people are buying their stuff or able to buy their stuff. They pay attention to customers a little bit more. But anyway, pretty interesting. If you like Knight's Armament, if you don't like them, this might be a collectible patch. I don't know how many of these are out there, but I was pretty impressed that I even had that one. I probably should have kept it. Remember Paraclete? There's your other one, the red on black. Super cool patches. These are so well made. I mean, if you know what Paraclete is, you know what I'm talking about. They're not skimping on their patches at all. Next Torch is the opposite. These are a woven, inexpensive. I mean, I shouldn't say that. These are actually decent. They feel like they're not good, but they're actually pretty decent because the woven isn't cheap. So they're woven. It's not gonna really, nothing can ruin this except literally destroying it. It's very thin and it's against the Velcro, and they didn't put any kind of filler in there. It's just the stuff, the weave, and then or the wovenness, and then the Velcro. So it's all I can tell you how thick it is. It's going to be very, very, very thin. 1.5. Here's that Knight's Armament one. 2.2. Clover's one from our place. It's not even a contest because it's a big puffy one. You definitely want to take the back off of there. 5.7. What? Right? This is like, you got to be careful somebody doesn't eat this thinking it's a cookie. This thing is massive. Clover just gives these away, by the way. He's crazy. And then this guy, 1.9. Whatever. This thing feels flimsy, but woven isn't cheap. Velcro is shitty. I hate their Velcro, so it is kind of cheap here. This is industrial, worthless Velcro. They stuck it on, so that's actually pretty bad. But then they sewed this on, and this ain't cheap. I don't care what anybody says. That machine's expensive and a person to run it. So I don't know what's up with Next Torch. I mean, I guess they're in China, so they must have just went next door and said, hey, you make these for us? And they're like, yeah, whatever. So you're going to get some different kinds of patches. Look at this, right? See what I'm saying? If you wanted to break dance with this patch, go nuts. Let's look at this patch. I don't even think you could bend this patch this way. And this is basically the same. Well, this one's a little thinner for sure, but you know. Anyhow, you're going to get an interesting assortment there. This one, number 11. Is anybody out here as a fan of Paraclete? I want that sewing one. Okay, so we got some people throwing out some stuff. Let's see. I have some extra NEA that don't ship stuff. We'll have to figure out how to deal with the shipping thing for sure. Obviously, that's going to be a glitch. Maybe we ship once a quarter, or we ship once a month or something. That's what I was kind of, I think as I didn't ship these, I would remember like on Wednesday, oh, dang, I didn't ship those, you know, at like 10 p.m. So there's nothing I could do about shipping them. And then on Thursday, I'd forget about it and not do it. And then until the evening, of course, and I'd be like, oh, I should have shipped those things. And then it was like Friday or something, and I'm like, well, there's no point in shipping them now. We're about to do the show again. So maybe doing them once a month. I don't know. Maybe there's a way that when people purchase it, they can say, hey, I want to be in the patch swap. I don't really want to sell them if people aren't in the patch swap, because then I'm potentially, well, I guess they're still random. I was going to say that I'm potentially, I don't know if these things are actually making money. Because it's really just to give us some trading fodder more than anything. All right, next up is going to be number 12. It's one from POF, P415 Edge. I'm assuming that's one of their models. We got this one from DDT. I think I sent one of these to Patriot already. It's some kind of a skull with a beret. It says veteran owned and operated. Because of that shape of that thing, I guess it's 82nd. I don't know. Then you got, this one's from people that deal with, they dig buybacks. They're all about the buybacks. Big can of soda or something, like something to drink while you're at the buyback. And then one of Yankees' design of the FUD Freeze On from earlier this year. Did that as a, what do they call that thing? A pre-order. Getting ready for SHOT Show. Actually, it's what allowed us to go to SHOT Show. It was pretty awesome. So this one will be number 12. So definitely re-upping them. I have no idea how long these things will take to sell. How long, which people will get ones that are interesting right off the bat. Here's one of the 545 spam cans. This one's also woven, even cheaper than that other one, right? That I was just showing you, because that other one at least had a marrowed edge. This one doesn't even have a marrowed edge. Now, at the time, I paid probably decent for these, or probably paid a lot for these, considering because I was going through a middleman. 2.1, and so they're not super substantial. And I think that's one of the reasons people didn't like them so much. Some people really like the fact that there's almost nothing to it, because all they are is sewn Velcro, not that glued garbage. So it's decent Velcro, but sewn Velcro is also flimsier, right? Because it's less rigid than that industrial Velcro that one had. And then it's woven, so very detailed, which is what the guy told me I needed in order to get the detail on this patch if I didn't want to go PVC. And at this point, I was kind of scared to go PVC yet. And I don't know. Some people like them. Some people think they're too flimsy. So we never did another run. So there's only 100 of these out there. Here's one. One of these, little dude hovering the thing, but is using his metachlorians. And then we got. I always thought this was a dude with quad nods on a skateboard or with a skateboard, but Savoir is who makes this, and that's a Savoir rifle bag. I guess it's in multicam, and it's just a monkey with quad nods and a vest, wearing or carrying a rifle bag. No big deal. And then this one, Shellback Tactical. I think this is a very cool looking patch. I remember walking over and grabbing this one. They looked at me funny because I literally just went over and grabbed this patch and didn't even say thanks or nothing. So this one's kind of a rude patch, or at least for me, it was one of my rude grabs. I don't even know what Shellback Tactical does. I'm assuming they do something with Navy. Is that what Shellback is? Let's see. This one would be number 13. Actually, it's going to be number 14 because I don't like the patches in there enough to be 13. So this one is number 14. It's a good one. 13. All right. Got a couple more still. We're not done. Let's do this one for 13. So we got gizzard patch, and I think they're these glowy. They're glowy gizzard patch. All right, back again, I think. Am I back? Got a glowy gizzard patch, the big one. This one, it says Master Proven Seal of Approval. This was a guy, I forget, I don't think he's around. You know, that's what happens. People come and go, talk about it all the time. At some point, this guy was doing a lot like what Budget Guns and Gear is doing, or whatever he's called now. What the hell is he called? Whatever Budget's called now. This guy was sort of like that. He had the Master Sergeant thing, and he did a series of like 3 patches as a fundraiser. And I'm talking like 2011. This was a while ago. Maybe it was 12 or something, but this was a while ago. And didn't know him, but I do buy patches from people I don't know because I want to see this kind of stuff going on. I'm a patch collector. Thought these were cool. They were basically the same design. I think they were in 3 different colors. This is like the tan color. Honestly, I just kind of threw them all in with my free patch Fridays. I know somebody took one at one point, and I tried to say, hey, cool, you grabbed a patch from somebody who I don't even know who it is. But so that's the story on this one. It's an arrowhead, couple of feathers, Master Sergeant, couple of stars. Pretty sure everything on there means something, but I'm not catching it all. Dead air suppressors. That's really cool. If you go over to Rogue Banshee, had a great interview with Mike, who created dead air suppressors. I sold them on my bayonet for my the T81. Is that what they are? Yeah, the Chinese T81 rifle. I had a bayonet for that one that Mike wanted. Mike's cool, so that was a super rare bayonet at the time. Since then, you can get them, but at the time, very rare bayonet. I sold it to Mike at a good price. He sent me like a handful of patches back as a thank you. So this one is from Strike Industries, and it's in the package, brand new in the package. So is Gizzards is this one. So that one will be number 14. That's a good, or 13. That's a good sell. That's 2. Sorry for all the puppy noises. If you want, I'll wake him up. He's making too much noise over here. I'll wake him up. Next up, we're going through, for people that are joining us late into the thing, setting up the season 2 or the series 2, I guess, patch collections. This one's pretty cool. It's Clover's green one. I don't remember. I think the orange one was the ones we did for the patch badge. Only a very few of those ones exist because most of them got lost. Then I had to remake them. Yeah, remake them, reship them to Clover, and then he has them. So there's more of these than there were the orange ones. But this is one of the green Hugafoods. We got a Glock. It's a a nice one, just a plain old nice rectangle Glock one. Franklin Armory, another woven one, very flimsy. Some people like it, some people don't. Franklin Armory. And then the classic Armalite. This one is super glowy. Very cool patch for a panel. It's the stylized like 19, what is that, 20s or 30s horse. Looks like kind of like a mix between an old gas station and like a hood ornament. And then that really cool, this one's really neat. And it glows nice. These are cool. And here's what they were doing. They had them all over the table. This is how good SHOT Show was this year. They had these things, let's say a table similar to this, big ass table. These patches, single layer, but all over the place in their package, right? And then they're like, here's this one, here's the other one. You saw that other Armalite one before? Or maybe I already did it. I think so. And then a third and a fourth one. They have like 4 different patches and a gun. And I grab a couple, or I go, hey, can I grab a couple? They go, sure. And then I go, can I grab a couple more? Yeah. Later on, the table's full again. Nobody's walking around. They're over in the middle of nowhere, like Armalite often is. And I'm like, hey, can I grab some more though? Yeah, go ahead. Anyway, I got a ton of these. So people that grabbed that Yankee FUD patch or whatever, got a whole slew of these already. So a lot of those went out. So this one will be number 15. These numbers aren't because you can buy pack number 15 or nothing. It's when we go to roll randomly. If the dice comes up, the magical wizardry dice come up on number, what did I say, 15, you're going to be getting that pack. And no funny business. I'm not doing anything crazy here. Nothing gets out of the frame at all. Everything's 100% in the frame. I've got 2 different attack puppies trained to watch what's going on right now. This will be number 16, I guess. It's one of these. Little lizard dude looking at a gun that's floating in the air magically by metachlorians. We've got a Reebok Duty. I don't know what your feelings are on Reebok or what your feelings are on boots for operators, but for a while there's each of the companies that make shoes made boots for, let's say, SEALs or something. And I don't know if it's a thing now or not, but this would have been unobtainium a couple of years ago. So I don't even know how I got that. I think I traded it somewhere, or it was on a patch panel somewhere or something. I'm like, I didn't even know this patch existed. Can I have it? And they're like, yeah, sure. This one is from UTG. I don't like it, but I like it. I don't like the flag on there, but the rest of the patch is pretty decent. And Night Force. If you know what Night Force is all about, then you'll appreciate this patch. If you don't like Night Force, they paid thousands of dollars for their optic. They probably want this patch, right? Like some of these things, if a jacket costs $400, probably somebody wants to trade you so that they have a patch for their $400 jacket. There's patches like that out here. Same thing with any of these high-end gear. Some of these things you might go, oh, that's just some brand. Some of them I pick up that are just some brand I never heard of. But some of these, there's when I go, hey, look at this. That's usually because that brand is potentially a hot for collector's items type of thing. So 16, I guess. Hopefully I'm not double numbering any of these. If I'm double numbering them, let me know. Smuggy says, I have one of each. Okay, well, it's all about trading. So feel free to use the interactive nature of the internet over there to do some trading while we're waiting for this part to get done. Obviously, each week I won't have to be doing this. I'm going to be sorting out like 20 something of these. So this will be once in a while type of thing, not a once every week. So this next batch will have a CMC triggers, which is the state of Texas with the Texas flag, and it says CMC triggers. Not the biggest fan of their triggers. I got nothing against them. I'm just not a big fan of fancy triggers. But this patch has got a lot going on. I would think somebody in Texas, somebody who's into their triggers, somebody that just likes interesting, cool patches might dig that one. Even somebody just into flags or state shapes. Are you into flags? Are you into state shapes? You're allowed to collect both of those things separately if you wanted. Here's that UA Arms or U Arms or whatever it is. Again, I don't know what it is, but this is actually a pretty decent patch. I'm guessing Europe. I'm guessing East Europe. And yeah, they wanted to impress people, and they did. I'm impressed. This is a pretty cool patch. I probably should have kept it. Battle Buddy 3 gun. I bought a bunch of their patches. I want to support good organizations, want to have patches for our stuff. That's one of the reasons these cost $30 because these cost me money. I bought these, but I'm an idiot. So my philanthropy is being supported by your philanthropy. So we're just moving money around the community, right? This is a chair with all the different accoutrement to be able to shoot from it, no matter what your situation, and then rifle in the like bracket dealy that holds it on there. Pretty cool. And it's an event that's designed to not just offer those who are differently abled an opportunity to compete, but more interestingly, it brings people who often don't even think about being differently abled into situations and circumstances, into stages and scenarios where they have to shoot with hindrances. And anybody can say, oh, that's interesting theoretically, but have you ever broke your arm? Have you ever had your strained a muscle or something? You never know what's going to happen permanently, but you definitely don't know what's going to happen temporarily. Any kind of effort towards those who are differently abled, any kind of effort towards those that have needs that the ADA would be covered by is more than worthwhile effort. We are completely ignoring the elderly and the differently abled in our Second Amendment advocacy, except for a couple of instances like this. So this crosses competition shooting, Second Amendment advocacy, the repeal of the NFA. They might not know it, but the NFA is holding back all the innovation on firearms for people that have more requirements than what this can offer, right? And then bringing community together by awareness and through cooperation between big losers who don't do nothing but make money and organizations that give them a place to learn about real work. This is one of my favorite groups. And then this Glock Strong. Hate Glock, love Glock. Glock is inconsistent with their patches. Some of them, they're going to blow them out for years. Others, only every once in a while. I'm guessing this doesn't last long. So you might not like Glocks, but somebody who does is going to appreciate patch designs that don't last very long. So this one is number 17 in the mix. So hopefully I'm explaining this not just to give everybody a plug for those people that gave us patches or that had patches there for us to hork, because I'm not the only one that horks. People hork for me too sometimes. But also to explain what patch trading is all about. And it's definitely not just about the ones you like, because you might hold, Smeggy's over there holding on to patches that somebody values. And knowing their value is how you get the patches that you value, right? Capitalism. So we're trying to create a marketplace for the learning about that as well as the trading too. Next up is another from, oh, did we ever say where this came from? Did anyone know? Anyone? I'm going to do another poll here in a bit. Another We1 Tactical, black background, dude, and in the woods. I think that's the differences. Crazy story here. So We1, a couple of years ago, they were upstairs in SHOT Show. One booth, 1 or 2 days. I grabbed one of their patches because it looked cool. Turns out those patches went to like $50 plus. Nope, nobody knows. I thought somebody was answering whose patch this is. So We1 made these not this, a different patch, but similar to this in 2019, 18, something like that. And then nobody ever heard of them again. I didn't even know what they made. Then this year they come out with a series of patches. And at the time that they hit SHOT Show, the patch they sold the prior year was at $50 for one patch. 50. They had so many patches, they saturated the market. No one was at SHOT Show, so they were giving people stacks and stacks of patches, just stacks of patches. I don't know what they were thinking. Their patches were devalued to $5 or something like commodity price or less. Like people didn't want them. They were a common. They became a common patch, like a very rare became a common because they way overdid it. And they just destroyed the whole thing, the whole like in what do you call it? The number in circulation. Then, because, and it turns out what they make is this AR-15 that's scaled down to shoot 22 long rifle for kids, and they call it the what do they call it? The something 15. And and then they hit the news, and all of a sudden they're in demand. So are these things worth something again? I don't know. That would be an interesting thing to do a search on. Some people just want them because they have this cool design. They look freaking wicked. But other people know that these things are potentially the Bitcoin of patchery right now. Crazy. Yeah, I'm giving it away. Put out there. This one is from TF, I think. I don't know what that means. Tough Shed? No, Tough Field? I don't know what it means. Then this one. I'm a big fan of state shape patches. I don't know why I'm giving it away or selling it, but 2A Armament does an Idaho shape patch. Just super cool. It's supposed to be a green, but you can kind of tell that it's starting to get its leach, its color leach. So this will eventually color leach into a creepy green and brown color. But again, they saved $1 on a patch. They saved $1. Tell you what, you get them made in the stands, you're going to get some stains. Did I just say that? The new rhyme? 17 and 18. I should say this one is number 18. All right. At the risk of scolding, what work has been hectic? Can I get a Cliff Notes of a patch swap overview? Steps and rules. I go online and a pack to cart. What's next? Oh, okay. That's a good question. Right now, I've just been packing up packs. This isn't really a patch swap as much as getting people aware of some of the patches that are in the packs and just making the packs. And once I start talking and typing here, hold on. Trying to count and talk. It was even more difficult. So I'm setting up these patch packs just so that they're. Oh, has this thing been not even looking at these patches all the time? Just so that I have something in the cart. But if you head it over to the cart, let's go to this, which won't do it until I do this, which will do it once I do this, I think. There we go. So now we'll move this out of the way. We'll go to the store. Here's the store. And if you buy one of these patch trade packs from Series 2, that's what I'm packing up right now. The Series 1s, there's some available. I think maybe 10 or something over here. And those are cheaper. Those are $25, I think. And once this is all done, when I'm done packing these up, then the actual patch swap starts. And what we'll do is invite a bunch of people in. How do I get rid of this? Hold on. Then I'll invite a bunch of people in and we'll start swapping. And if you want to join in and be part of it, feel free. Join, sends you the link. Otherwise, you just be part of it through the comments out there. And we'll have over here, have the puppy watching the piles of everybody's patches over here. So they're gonna, we'll open those up and whatever swapping gets done, gets done. So this will be number 19. Guns and Gadgets. We got Primary Arms. We got a Flight Light. I don't know, what is Primary Arms? Oh, optics. So this one is Ontario Knife Company. So Ontario makes, they make the K-bars. They make a bunch of cool knives, and their patches are beyond cool. Like, they're woven, they got tons of detail. They're very cool. They play the patch game well. They don't saturate the market, but they offer plenty. They literally play the game. So if you go up and ask for a bunch, they'll give you a bunch, right? Pro tip. But they don't just put them out there like some companies that aren't really playing the game. They've done a series of these. They're really cool. People that like them, really like them. People that don't even like them understand why they're so cool. So they're woven. They're on the industrial, whatever, I guess, to keep prices in line, because this is probably not cheap. And then marrowed, so it makes it a decent patch. And it's so huge that being thin like this isn't necessarily a negative. If it's going on a shoulder, arm, or bag or something, it actually can conform a little bit without trying to, break it. I don't know if you can tell. It's getting a little weird. It's not industrial glued to the back of the woven, so it's getting a little quilty, I guess. It's got like a little puffiness. Anyway, super awesome patch. Probably a lot of them out there in circulation, but I just know that the primary arms have a slit in them. I don't know if that's intentional or not. It might be. So FYI, anytime you have a patch that's big, this one might not be a great example for it, but anytime you have a patch that's big, especially PVC, you can slit the back like this, just the Velcro, and now you've got yourself a pocket. So let's say that you had a card and you wanted to have that data someplace where it's kept secure and in plain sight, hidden in plain sight. Boom. What if this was a folded up $2 bill that I just happen to have set in here? What if this was more than $2? Get the idea? Get what I'm saying? What if you wanted to stow some escape tools back there? All right, so you get the primary arms, Flightline, Ontario, and Guns and Gadgets. That one is 19. So I don't know if that summarized it well, but basically grab one if you want. If you don't want, no harm, no foul. It's just an opportunity to move some of these patches to get people into the swapping mood. And then we're evolving the swap itself. So we can figure out how to keep it going and turn it into a thing where everybody gets together and exchanges some patches. That's awesome. The problem is you've got to actually change patches back and forth. So, we're going to evolve that and see how we can make it happen. It looks like I've got 3 more to pack up here. I keep these dogs from barking so much. So I think this is Maxim. I forget what the name of the company is, but they did a little tiny SBR. I know Smeggy's got one. Or maybe it's a pistol. Anyway, this was the other patch they did. Alien Gear. Does this glow? Come on. Seriously? It doesn't glow. Stag Arms. We saw their orange or kind of yellow color before. This is their green version. It's the same patch. The Ambi and the regular AR, but then this one's on green. Just really cool looking. And then the Green Brave Foundation, a group of past Braves to other people that want to support the Green Berets. And this is the support of the Berets that may have been wounded or something happened and they need additional care than what VA's got. But more often and more importantly, their families and their dependents of those that paid the ultimate price. So for the most part, this is inner organization support of the infrastructure of the families of the people, as opposed to relying on VA or any of that kind of crap. Great organization. There's lots of them. The Marines have them. Navy has them. Army has others. But Green Brave Foundation, they did this patch this year. It's a skull with the mustache and the beard, the beret, and just the Green Brave Foundation tab on it. It's embroidered, and well, I guess you could call it twill, but it's embroidered on twill and kind of in a biker. I'd call that like a biker style. That one will be number 20. And the way these series go is they're just going to be there till they're there. I was halfway thinking about busting open the remainder of the first series and just supplementing these as I put them in. But as I get more patches, I'll just keep creating new series and they'll just sit there. And they're sitting here now anyway. Now they'll just sit here grouped in groups of 5 or 4, I guess, until somebody grabs one. So the next up is a different color of that next torch. Same patch, just a different color. This one is a Tasmanian tiger. Let's see if it glows. I don't remember. I think it does, though. Come on, I thought it glowed. I guess this is a better indicator. No, I guess not. Wouldn't that be a great one to glow though? But anyway, this is a pretty neat one. A group or a company that makes some kind of like bags and things. They were new to me. I don't know if they've been there before. They were downstairs in the military room, so it looked like they made a lot of like military bags, special purpose stuff for like pilots and operators and stuff that, you know, somebody might need a weird set of equipment in a bag, super secure, or maybe so that it can drop off, or who knows what. It seemed like they were making stuff like that. Anyway, it's kind of neat to see people from Australia, I'm guessing. This one is Lead Star Arms. I think it's supposed to be a bullet on the top, but they did a bad job. It's white on white. It's weird. So it just turns into a kind of a goofy looking star. They probably should have proofread the stuff before they finished on that one. And then one from Alan Anker, Drunken Tabletop Gambling. Very detailed, very well made. Patch with the, I guess it's some kind of a blue robot, maybe? Fighting with a green org or something like that. And then they're drinking beers against a brick wall. Very cool, very detailed patch. 4 of them in there. That'll be number 21. And I do have one more, so I think there's 22. I think I only put 21 in the list. Now, I guess that after some amount of time, if this doesn't go over or something, I'll just bust these open and put them into Free Patch Friday type of samples again. But this is effectively all the Free Patch Friday stuff. I'm putting it into groups of 4 and packaging them here. So this next one is one of our PVC spam cans. So after those woven ones, made a PVC run. And this was, honestly, I don't remember. This might have been with our dude. This might have been one of our first attempts at PVC and one of the first attempts with our dude. I don't know. Maybe it isn't, because they may have changed over the years too. But anyway, they're fairly decent. No bleed. These are from 2016. See any bleed there? So I'm not saying you want to always pay a lot for your patches. I'm just saying when you pay more money for something, guess what? It's different sometimes. Not always, but this is very little bleed for a light color on black Velcro. Anyway, these have been long gone. Only 100 of them ever made, I think, and they've been gone since 2017 probably. These is RX. I don't know what it is, but it's a very cool patch. There's embroidered, there's twill, and then whatever this is, it's like puffy. So they probably did something like put some kind of foam in there as they were sewing it. I don't know. I think the big machines can do this kind of stuff. My little robot could never do this, but that is super neat. For some reason, I'm putting it in there. And then this one's from Crump, and you can't get these anymore, I don't think. This one is his 3% one. One of the first patches he sent me was one of these. So I'm keeping one. There's my other one. And then this one's pretty sweet. It's a Bushmaster. It's woven. But this is the difference between somebody who's got the money to spend and, you know, any of the other ones you look at, really, even mine. My woven one never had a mirrored edge on it. I didn't have that kind of money. So this is woven in a cool shape with a marrow edge. I'm sure a robot's doing it, but this had to cost something. When they're in a bag, they usually cost a little bit more too, because they understand that the Velcro is going to destroy the other the one behind it. So on a PVC, it's not such a big deal, but on these woven and embroidered, if you don't see them in a bag, that usually means they were a little bit less expensive. All right, so that's another 4. Try to put these things Velcro to Velcro whenever I can. And that'll be pack number 22. Is there anybody that wants to jump in today? Are we, I don't know if this was a great idea, going for like an hour before we even start the patch swap. So if there's anybody at this point, we're pretty much wrapping up. Anybody that wants to jump in and start patch swapping, we'll patch swap. We can also, what's the word, kind of strategize how to keep going with the project with the patch swap. Is there 4 here? Oh, I guess I have one more. Sorry. Psych, there's 23. So this one is Mod Light. This was a place, pretty sure they have flashlights. Is it glowy? Oh, and it's got a thin blue line. So it's something with police. Definitely glowy. I don't know how well you can tell. I got a lot of lights on right now. One from Knights Armament. Again, I don't know why I'm putting this one out. These things, they used to not get anything from Knights Armament. And now here's a Knights Armament with the silhouette of a suppressed probably a 308. Very cool. Very cool patch. Cool colors, whatever an M110 is. This one's from Wheeled. I got that for free from Wheeled. This one is from, well, it's Wheeled in Well Armed. This is his old logo, by the way, in green. He did a couple of them. He sent me some blues and some greens. This one is from our friends in New Mexico. I have no idea why I put this in here. I probably shouldn't have. And if somebody wants to trade this back to me, I'll tell you right now, I'll trade it back. So this is from BMC Tactical, our friends in New Mexico, and this is a little glowy. Just put my light away. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have put this in here. This is a little glowy Zia. So this is the deal. The sun on the New Mexico flag is this, and it's the kind of the symbol for New Mexico. Anyway, it's kind of neat, and it says Ranger Eye, and I don't know why I put it in here. Probably shouldn't have. And that is number 4. I don't know if I can still buy those or not. But anyway, whenever we drive through Albuquerque, I'll usually stop by and trade. And that one has definitely been off of my patch panel. I can remember that actually got put in here accidentally, and I probably accidentally shuffled it in here without thinking. But that one's been on my patch panel for a while. So that's S2 number 23. But that said, if you get it, it's yours, so you don't have any obligation to try to trade it back if you don't want to. All right, so that's 23 new ones, and I'm gonna take a second here, play a commercial maybe, and maybe I don't need to. I definitely need to do something about sitting down. Let's see how this works. Little Mr. Puppy there doesn't like to be disturbed, I guess. All right. So Smeggy's jumping in, and anybody's welcome to jump in if you purchased a patch panel or a patch pack, whatever we're calling it, or if you just want to jump in and talk patches. Let's see. I guess I'll leave this on. I don't know if I guess I don't need the screen. So I won't put the screen. I'm just going to be looking at nothing here for a bit. I'll get this tidied up a little bit. Okay, that didn't work. I got every one of those stuck to me. How am I going to get the links out? I guess I will. For Smeggy, it's easy enough. If anybody else wants a link to jump in, let me know. And then I'll get a link to you in whatever way is easiest. Oh, if I send you a link in Instagram, will that work, Smeggy? There's one of the DJ, and where's Smeggy? Oh, I guess I don't do instant messages to Smeggy very often. There's one for Smeggy. I don't know if Barbecue's going to jump in, so I'll send one to Barbecue since I'm in here. If anybody else wants a link, let me know. All right, where's Barbecue? There he is. All right, we got some links out there. Oh, Krabby Turtle wants a link, so let me throw one over. Oh, man. I don't know how they come up. You would think Instagram would throw the instants up. I mean, the people who are live to the top. Yep, I did not send anybody. So Jacob's asking if I still have the patches from last time. I do. I have everybody's patches right here. I was going to send out everybody so we could start fresh, and then I didn't, like I was saying earlier. And then halfway through the week, I was like, all right, I'm just not going to send them. So I got everybody's, depending on who shows up to swap, we'll leave them in their bags. But there's yours, Jacob, and everybody else's. All right, now I need to probably open up the store, see if anybody wants to grab any of these new ones. It sounds like Krabby was going to buy one. So if you jump into the link I'm sending you, then that's you're live. So you don't have to jump in to swap. You can swap from the thing, and you don't have to really say nothing either when you're live. You can just go live to show pictures or something. And what am I doing? I am clicking on the store. So normally when we do this, I won't be sorting out for an hour or spending an hour sorting all kinds of patches out. We'll just go straight into trading or what. Let's see. Open up orders. So Maggie just jumped in.
Hey, how's it going? Just give me like another minute and I'll be all in it.
Right on. So Smeggy bought a pack the other day, and before that, it was last week. So I don't think there's anything new other than Krabby's and one for. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Krabby's gonna jump in later. How am I gonna get Jacob a link? Do I got a link to you on Instagram? I'm trying to remember who's who and who. So if you're on Instagram, you can grab me. Otherwise, I can do it on Patreon or on Gilded or on YouTube. Oh, wait, I guess not YouTube. But basically, we're just sending an instant message to whoever wants a link. And the idea is to get a Sunday thing going where people that are interested in swapping patches out can jump in and swap and trade patches. I'm going to throw a link to some other people who might be interested, since I'm sitting here in it anyway. Okay, so let me go grab your thing. I think this is you, right? So I'll just send something to your email. This is where it'd be nice to have a bunch of interns. Then I could just be like, get this done. And then they would go do it. And I could just keep talking or whatever. And it'd be less hit or miss. All right, so now that's there. Here's the link. It's not going to be a fancy email. It'll just be a link. And then get the email from, I'm going to use the email that's on the order. Oops. We got DJ jumping in here. So there goes a link to. Wait, did I do that right? Shit, I don't know if I did that right. I think I did that right, but I might not have done that right. Oh, sorry. Here's DJ's in here. This mouse pad has been through the trenches. I guess so. I've had this mouse pad that you're looking at here since the beginning, like 4 or 5 or something. Some print on demand place made mouse pads. And I was like, oh, I'll get one with the Gunload website's logo on it. And I just always used it, and it's like gross, so it just sticks to the table now. But I don't care. It does its job. Gives you that texture or whatever laser mices are looking for. All right, so we got some people in here. And we got some people out there. So at this point, it looks like we've got about, well, potentially a bunch of people swapping. DJ jumped in. Smeggy's in here. Let's see. Gunmetal saying, good idea to keep series live. Brings views to hacking videos to see what's in each one and the potential long-term review from occasionally packs from other addicts. I hope so. At least the goal is to let people see what's in these things, and then a little bit about them, and then, like I said, I probably could have done that separately. I just, for some reason, I didn't want to, or I didn't have time. So these guys are just sitting here on mute. It's kind of a weird way to trade patches, but go with what works. Okay, maybe I sent it to the wrong thing. I thought I sent it to you, but I might have totally sent it to the wrong person. There's a different, when I can't keep track of everybody's names and usernames and stuff. All right, well, so what we'll do then is dig in. Krabby did grab one of the new ones. Thank you for that. And I don't know, do we have anything here for Krabby? I don't think we have anything on the table for Krabby right now. So first, we're going to figure out there's 23 of those things. 23 of them. So this is 20. Well, half of 6 is 3. So the even numbers are, I guess you can't do it that way. We'll go, 1 and 2 are 21. Let's see, 1 and 4, 2 and, so we'll just add 3. Little puppy's sleeping, doing pretty good. He knows outside is to do outside. He knows how to eat. He plays with the other puppy. So I guess he's doing pretty good. All right, so again, the 21 through 23 will be the number, and then 24, 25, and 26 will be 21, 22, and 23 because we're doubling up on those numbers. Or you know what I could do? 23, 24, 25, and 26 are a re-roll. That's even easier. So now it's no odds change. All right, so this is for Krabby's first one out of that last set. 22. Very, very, very close to being all over the end. So 22. I don't know if you remember what was in 22. I don't. We'll grab a pair of scissors right here. And before I even open it, I like to write on here whose it is. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this one wasn't yours, was it? No. I don't know what the heck that said. I'm assuming I know it's.
What's your mind?
No, I know it's barbecues because it's got the one Modus one. I know it doesn't. Yeah, it's got the Modus one. Wasn't that the one he wanted? So I don't know what I wrote on it. But anyway, I was thinking that one might have said Krabby. So this one's Krabby's. A little bit in full screen so you can actually see it. Boom, the Bushmaster one. Nice. The Apex one. Both black and white and red. the 7.62 by 39 PVC spam can, and the Crump 3%er thing. It's like a hand doing a 3%, I guess, with the circle and the Virginia stuff. So a Virginia thing, United Patriots of Virginia. Well played, well played. So I guess you were looking for number 9. That one is still in the mix. And so these are in, well, you can either grab them, run with them, or trade them. That's the way it goes. So I'm not going to leave them out just because there's a bunch here. As you can see, there's a slew of packages here. Well, I could pull them out, I guess, and put them on the table and try doing it that way. Okay, cool. So he was looking for a couple. I guess I will try leaving them out. Let's see what happens. So first we'll throw away those weird Q-tips that shouldn't be out. I'll put these out over here as Krabby's with his name underneath of them. Now, do you remember which ones you had in here anymore, Maggie? Oh, actually, did you bought another one yesterday, so we got to bust some open for you. So Smeggy,
Yeah, I got one of the original series.
The Gray SAR, custom coatings, this little ribbony dude with the sword.
That doesn't exist.
Put it in here. The
Tech.
The Nighthawk,
Yeah, that doesn't exist either.
the Radical.
It
Super Blowing,
exists, but that one's going to cost a penny.
Sierra, no Velcro. The Paladin, which is basically off of a bag that I got, and I took the thing off and made it into a patch. And then Instagram that shit, and Italian. So I'll set these down for Smeggy's. And see what he did there is he had a couple that are not on the table, that are not for trade. And then these others that are for trade will be actually literally on the table over here. And what I'll probably do is take a picture of or something, maybe? I don't know. I don't know the best way to
It just makes it easier because my memory's bad. And so I may forget, like, oh, yeah, that's the one I wanted after someone's already, like, offered it. And then I'm like, oh, crap, I don't want to, like, take it back. So
Oh, yeah, I agree. That's the way to
those
do
don't
it.
exist.
And if we keep these things
When I
for a
get
month,
one.
if I keep them for a month, then it's easy enough to, sort them like that. So now you get one from last week. So let's see what we had left from last week. This is what the bin is looking like. It's overly stuffed on the one side because that's the Series 2s. And then this is what's left from the Series 1s. So I'm just going to do this over here so they don't fall all over the place. And then just start a puppy. I think it was like 18, but I might be right. All right, so this is all of the Series 1s left. And I did pictures of these. So I didn't do a video like that. I did pictures. So I don't know which is better. 1, 2, 4, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, and 15. What a weird set of ones to have left. So there's the ones that are left. And what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. How convenient. So we can use the 20-sided dice again, the magical 20-sided dice of wizardry. And, the 10s are the same, and then the 20s are the 10s, right? We won't use that one. And we'll put that one in there. We're using an officially sanctioned Gezer Gary shaker, so everything's on the up and up. 18. So wait, how am I doing this? I don't think 18 is a number.
Last time you just went to the next one down that's available.
Oh, that's how I did it, yeah. So from 18, I don't know if he knew the one he wanted, and he strategically set that up with the next, because he could have said the next one up. He said the next one down, so that's 15.
I'm just saying how you did it last time.
Okay.
If you want to go up, I don't care.
Do you want to go up or down? That's probably how we should do it. Up or down. Up would be 20. I mean, I don't think, unless you remember the pictures. I actually showed the pictures with all of these before. So
No,
if you
I
want,
looked that up a little bit ago, but I have no idea. So down's fine.
is it better to know what's in them, or should I just make them completely random and no idea what's coming? I figure by knowing what's in them, people can at least. It's sort of like knowing that, knowing what things you might get at the scratch off or something. All right, so the first one is United States Tactical. This one is from the show that happens before SHOT Show. There's a trade show or an industry show for the surplus stores. And this is a company that made USA Gear. And I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Maybe a Tomahawk? Oh, it is supposed to be a Tomahawk. Now I get it. It's so weird. I don't know if you can see it. It's that's the line, that's the blade and the stuff, and then it would come back up or something. So it's supposed to be a Tomahawk, but this is so stylized, I didn't get it at first. So it says US and then T, like that's a U and an S and then a T, and it's supposed to be a Tomahawk. I mean, I could tell them like 3 different ways to make that more obvious, but PVC and glued. Sorry. So whenever they don't sew around the edges, it's just glued. That means that it's adhered with some sort of a chemical, right? So what sticks to rubber? Nothing, like nothing. So something stuck here for a while, but either heat or time or something will, and then this just quits adhering, and what's left is this gross snot that's somewhere between like cosmoline and gross. And so I don't recommend keeping these too long. But sorry, you gotta but it is.
I mean, it might live indoors, but yeah, I had a Dan Wesson in my truck, and the heat from that it melted off, and it hit me while driving, and like kind of stuck to the side of my head because the adhesive was still kind of sticky, but not enough to hold on to the Velcro.
Well, I didn't do this intentionally, but did you get all glued? Holy shit! I think you might have. No, this one's got through. I think this one is glued though. Now this one is called Watershed, and some people like this one. For some reason, I think this one's sold on the aftermarket for money. I don't remember. I think it did. So it's an inexpensive PVC, and it's got texture to it, but it's glued. They didn't even put a channel in it, which is sort of interesting. So you've got an interesting selection of patch design or like construction, I guess the better word, because I have never seen one that's PVC glued without a channel. They usually put the channel in because they want it to, one, in the picture, look like you're getting a decent patch with a sewed Velcro, right? So they're going to make it with a channel. You're used to seeing that. Nothing's going to look different to you. But then when you get it, you're like, oh yeah, this is no problem, because most people aren't looking in that channel to see if there's sewing in there, and then looking underneath to see if it's actually sewn or not. So most people are like, oh, right on, I got these super cheap, everything we just talked about. This one, though, no channel. So right away, whoever bought these, whoever purchased them, like had never bought patches before, probably, because they weren't even like, what's wrong with these? Why do these feel like, this feels like a postage stamp. I can't quit touching it because it just feels so weird to have a PVC patch with no edge. It almost feels like a piece of leather in my hand. It's just weird to hold on to. UN or Flat Earth. This is what the Flat Earth looks like. And a lot of people say the UN logo is the Flat Earth map. But this is from that surplus store in Wisconsin. Cheap patches, perfectly good UN patch. Even if you don't like it, I'm sure that's good for trade. This isn't a patch, but I threw it in there. It's a little lens cleaner thing from the 50 BMG club. There's a club for 50 caliber shooters. And this is their business card, but it comes with a little wipey thing for your lenses. What do they call that cloth that's good for lenses? But just a little tiny piece of it so they can give it to you for free. This, some kind of thing that says something, maybe it's upside down. And then it says something else. Or I don't know what it is. It's kind of cool, but I don't know what it is. KCI, USA, Relentless Innovation. So you might be like, what happened to that K? Why does it look so crappy? It's because it's got frayed. Probably some of those Velcro's eating it. So see all that fuzz? Making it look bad? Gone. Now it's all perfectly brand new, like it was just sewn off the machine. So every once in a while you see me do this. So I have a lighter here all the time. Sometimes, depending on what's going on back here, you can do a quick deal here. Some of them, I don't know if they cut the laser weird at an angle or something. Like you can see, it looks like it has eyebrows or something. So sometimes a quick lighter will clean that right up. You're probably not going to want this one, dude. This one is a glow-in-the-dark one that says Zig on it for some reason. Somebody decided to make a patch that said Zig on it. I don't know why you'd want this one. And it glows super bright. So I'm sorry, they have to take this one. You probably don't want it. It says Sacrifice Instruction Group, and it has Zig with an arrow in it. You know what an arrow means usually. Special operations, somebody who's doing something like Rangers or Scouts. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 patches in that pack. I don't know if I was crazy. Probably felt bad because there was some glued ones in there. I'm assuming every one of these is going straight to trade.
I want the Zig one.
Oh, okay. So
I don't know what it is, but for those who don't know, that's what my white dog's name is. So there you go.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, obviously. Otherwise, I would have just sent you that one a long time ago. So sorry about that.
Oh, no big deal.
And
then I did buy that pack on Friday. So
oh yeah.
Did I get a couple free patch tossed in there?
A couple of free packs? No, but we have free patches.
Free pack. I'll take a couple free packs. But no, a free patch. Like put that in the thing as well. And I'll trade it. Unless it's cool.
Yeah, well, this time it is your pick of one of these 3D printed Wolverines that are in the colors that were provided by Foss. And I don't know why this one's out of order.
Okay.
We should be in that order.
Okay, give me a second. I just have to look at the ones I have. But I'm strongly leaning towards blue. But I just want to double check something.
It's like blue, and maybe a little bit greener blue, but to be honest, they're all about the same.
Well, you know I love blue, but I just want to see if I have a... No, I don't have a 3D printed blue.
One's kind of... Okay, so you want a blue one?
Yep. And that's not for trade. Unless someone wants to give me like $100 worth of patches.
Right on. So thanks for that. And then Krabby also just bought stuff. So if he wants to grab something from this, that would actually be in the right order also, since you ordered yours on Friday. Thanks for that. Patriot just showed up. Welcome, Patriot. Welcome to have a link if you want. Otherwise, I guess we already busted open the packs. So now it's just, I guess I haven't been reading. Oh, okay. Well, Krabby hasn't said anything. So if Krabby wants to trade anything, if Jacob wants to trade anything, it sounds like you guys saw some new stuff here with Smeggy. I'm guessing you're saying these are all for trade then? I don't know what this says. If somebody knows how to say what this says, whatever, let me know.
Yeah, all of my new ones are for trade, as well as some of the ones from before. But we don't have to go all through that unless people are interested.
Well, I got something I'm interested in. G-Webs, can you pull my pack of tradables?
Yep. So let me. Oh wait, no, yours are over here. I need help with something too. At one point, I'm pretty sure it was in a tactical quiz, but it could have been in something else. Somebody won this, and I don't remember who, and somebody won these, and I can't remember who. I think it might have been Gunpowder Beauty, but I can't remember, and my notes are poor. Let's just say my notes are poor. So somebody is due these, and I don't know what to do with them, but they're laying on DJ's pile right now, because I don't know how to remind myself what to do with them. This is DJ's pile. Am I allowed to look at all of it? I think I can show all of it. Big giant bag, because DJ refuses to ship anything, or let me ship anything to him. So
It should just be the pack that I purchased. They had some leftovers from the last one we did swap it on.
oh, you don't want all these other ones in here?
Oh, hell no.
So this one is a patch that you won at a tactical quiz. Tactical quiz DJ stump number 2. So I don't know if you remember what this one even is, but this one is in here. And I don't know what it is because it's in staple. This is your patch pack. We got a retired. We got the Oh, another of the glued Tomahawk ones that we just seen. You guys want to trade these?
The retired one put in my keeper,
You
and
guys just traded that one. You just traded that.
I will allow that trade.
first swap, I'm on.
All right, and then you got another retired, which Barbecue said that this one was yours, and I'm like, whatever, he's got one right here, but whatever. And then you got a Surgeon rifles. Were these your keeps? But
The
then I also have this giant pile over here, and I don't remember where all this is from. But there's two.
those were from Attack Quiz,
Okay.
but that Desert Eagle patch is for barbecue. That's what I traded to him.
Just because you have one and he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean he doesn't have it. But in this case, wait, this is Barbecue's trade stuff. Okay, so you're saying he wanted this one in trade. So that's going into his special slot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so is that what you wanted to do? Are these trades then, or what you said the retired gets stayed or gets put
Yeah.
back into the bucket?
Yeah, those are the keepers. But of the ones that are on the table in front of you, Smeggy and I already did a swap, but of the ones that remain, were there any that Smeggy was interested in?
And then you don't know what this one is.
I don't. The world will never know.
It's round.
So the one that's kind of at the 6 o'clock, that was a rifle that. Oh hell no! I don't have that one, so that one definitely stays.
What were you saying? Sorry.
The rifle one that's like kind of at your 6 o'clock. Yeah, just wondering if Smeggy might be interested in that one.
Surgeon.
I'll take that one. What do you want?
The UN embroider.
Done.
Boom.
Awesome.
Great.
Man, I feel bad for that one, dude. I'm glad you're happy, but like I didn't want the UN one. Screw those guys.
All right. Well, thank you.
You don't know.
I mean, that was my favorite one. Throw in something else too. This is why I'm a horrible negotiator, because I'm like, oh, dude, I have tons of money. I'll pay extra. Like, whoops.
and
Yeah,
and with
deal, man. That was a good bet.
right on. Fair. So, G, with a battery that's dying, I would like to take the Tomahawk patch and donate that to the panel for kids, and the rest of them go back in that envelope for me.
Then hold on. That reminds me. You don't have to hold on, but I forgot something that I need to remind myself to hold on. So we've got the patch buyback going on over here. And that's what
Krabby
this-
wants that gun. I don't know if he means a revolver or not.
Oh, so DJ
Yeah.
Krabby is trading you with, or wants to trade with that revolver or not? I forgot that Barbecue has a patch. Wait. Friday night, Roy won a patch swap. So Roy has a swap coming. And then Woods won a set from Candy Day that I forgot about, but Woods ain't here tonight. So this one will just go on until next time when he's back. And then Roy won from the 11th from Friday night. Oh, you know what that was? Probably from Barbecue Show Friday night, right? That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
he's gonna rip off Tactical Quiz.
Yeah. And then where's mine? I have one somewhere from, where's my one from my show? Some people got stuff from my show that I don't know where that is. I thought I had another one of these cards with. Anyway, I'll figure that out. Yeah, so Roy has a patch or one I have to bust open. So did you say you're down for trading something from Krabby's?
He and I might have to work that out another time.
Yeah, you don't have to do trades right this second. Now you know that that's something that somebody's in demand for. You have it on your trade table, or I could put it back into your pile. So, you know. Oh, Krabby's saying the 762 is off limits. So that's good to know. That might have been the one DJ was coming about.
And then I'm going to call the rest of mine off for today and step aside. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock.
All right, so if I can remember, I put DJ's off the table stuff into his bag, and the stuff that's out here is potentially on the table for people. Let's get Roy's pack open. This is Jacob's. So if Smeggy got one, then we'll do the same thing. I'll go down one from whatever I roll then. And this will be for the first one. And it has to, it'll either, oh, it has to be 26. There's another dice. So 26, and it'll be the number or lower. So 16. Pretty sure that means that it's going to go down to like whatever those were, 1 and 2. 1, 2, 4, 20. So that'll be pack number 4. That's definitely a way to do it. So I don't know, is Roy still out there? Oh,
I haven't seen Roy say anything in a while, or if at all. I don't remember seeing him.
who's got the?
Oh yeah, he did wave.
The 40 patches are from somebody. I gave those to somebody. I can't give them away because I gave them to somebody, but we may have them for sale on the store. I don't remember if the 40s are in stock or not. Let's see. Jacob is saying I trade the PN patch with the plane on it for something. So Jacob had that. Okay, where's the last one? This one here, TNW. I think that's the one he used. All right, so Patriot's saying he's looking for that Mexican wrestler guy. That is the Guns for Everyone patch, and I should have a stack of them, but I haven't seen any for a minute. So I've definitely got one saved for somewhere, but I got to, that's separate from these. So we're about to open up Roy's. First one, oh snap, that same TNW firearms patch. Nothing on my sleeves. I wasn't doing anything crazy here. Jacob still has that one over here. Quick swap. That's how you know these patches are exactly the same. Next one. Trying to pull the ones out that are smaller. Odin holsters. 3 Delta looking things. Odin. Open up to the light. I don't think it's glowy. PVC in little fancy plastic, so it's usually pretty good. All right, I'm pulling this one out. Oh, a Palmetto State. Big, puffy Palmetto States. I don't know. Some people hate Palmetto States. Some people like it. The people that like it dig their patches. They're very thick. This one is Fastening Systems. Very cool company that a lot of people aren't going to bother paying attention to USA-made fasteners, but that's what that company does. Boom, next torch. And should be glowy, right? It's a flashlight company. Oh yeah.
It better be.
Super glowy. Very glowy. And I don't know if you can tell, just such a cool like texture on this black. I don't know if I can get it. I think that might work. There's like a texture to the black. It's like a honeycomb or something. It's super
Yeah, it looks like scales or something.
It's like a fancy, like when they make Spider-Man costumes or whatever nowadays. It's like that kind of a weird hexagon material looking like a net. It's super neat. Anyway, so that's the 4 that Roy got, whatever that was, for the other night. That's like 4 bonus ones for Roy. Or 5 bonus ones, I guess. So the rest of Roy's were the AGM, the primary weapons, whatever, we don't know what this one is. The EAE maybe? Oh, there's a bunch of these big white letters with black. Somebody had one of these just a minute ago, or maybe I just bundled one up. A Hyperfire, a Tango Down, a Spear, another one of those retired. I probably should have kept one. One day I'll retire. And then the CEM S, and a Timber Creek, and a Glowy Come and Make Me. All right, so
I mean, I'm interested in that next Torch one. I don't know if I have anything cool enough that Roy won.
okay, so there's a potential trade for this one that he hasn't even got yet.
There's interest in that. I don't know, whatever of the ones I have available, I should say.
I'll flash them back up on the screen again here. So this is going back into Roy's bag, and I am definitely sending everything this week so that whatever, so that we can start fresh again. I don't know if this is the way to do it. Maybe we can spend a little time. We'll try to do it to 2 hours again. So if we spend a little, I guess, make sure I trade with you guys haven't traded yet. But we can probably talk a little bit towards the end here after these last trades as to how to keep, how to move forward. Now, did Kingpin get something? I thought Kingpin had stuff on the table. I think that's what it was. Yeah, Kingpin's got a bunch of stuff on the table, and I think he wanted me to do something with it. So I guess we're waiting for Roy if he's able to chime in on that trade idea with Smeggy.
I'm just trying to facilitate something. I like the wheeling and dealing.
Now,
But
how do
like
we
I said,
do it
I'm a
with,
bad bargainer, so I don't want to take advantage of anybody or whatever. So I totally understand if he wants to keep it, because that one's pretty cool.
how do we he can't trade away a Glowy? Yeah, we can understand. And it's a neat one.
100%. Yep. Okay.
I don't know about I don't know how to do like if somebody had a bunch of patches like Woods that day where he had a bunch of them, and he, like last week he brought a patch panel. He wasn't able to stay for the whole show, but he had like a patch panel that he set up. Smeggy has set up some ones. If you want to show yours, I guess if you got them there, where you guys made patch panels up of your trades so that I don't know, to help facilitate letting people know what everybody's got, kind of thing. And that's I don't know if there's an element of that where I think somebody had mentioned just screen sharing or making your icon the patch panel or something, or posting it. I don't know. We got to get you don't want to trade just for the sake of trading necessarily, and I guess it could just be randomly or once or twice a month or something, and then it's less to ship also. Might be a bigger event if it's only once a month, I guess.
Yeah, I think the once a month is kind of cool, because then you could have like more, because how many people buy a pack during the week? Let's say 1 or 2, but if you did that every week, you'd have 8 or 10 people would be in it, as long as they can all show up.
Well, that's sort of a catch-22 to some extent. If you have to do it on a regular basis to get a schedule so that people can incorporate it into a schedule, and that means you gotta kind of start with a rocky start usually.
So yeah, this was the book that I put together. These are basically all my extras or my trades. Those are all the patch ones. And see, I've overlapped them a bunch because I'm trying to save space. If I put all of these out like individually, I'd have 5 books. I know somebody wants this one. His name is Devil Dog something or other. But my whole thing, yes, I'm showing these off, but I'm horrible at shipping. So especially if it's someone I don't even know, or I've maybe talked to once or twice online, like I don't know how I'm gonna really get it to them because I'm kind of weird. But if you ever see me at NRA show or SHOT Show, or if I ever make it to Wanamaker, I'm gonna bring this with me. I'd much rather do that in person. And I don't know if this is a good enough idea. If people can kind of figure out what these are.
What's that
Overlap.
magic
I don't want.
goggles? What's that magic goggles one?
Oh, I don't remember. I'm assuming it's a.
Yeah, TNBC is the night vision company. That's one of the providers that gets night vision out to people, and they always have a lot of fun with their patches. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's a good one.
You want it?
I'll leave it for you because you should be able to trade that with somebody. I don't need it or nothing. I don't have any night vision.
Okay.
But people that have night vision are gonna want that. My goal is to get some people in that are actually traders too, right? Not just people trying to support our projects, but people that are interested in trading, and so we start to see what kind of other stuff gets into the mix. So that's something that, like, say, somebody with night vision interests would be interested in probably.
This one I really like too. I almost thought about not trading it, but
Where'd that come from? That's super cool.
yeah, I'm assuming shot. There's no name on it or whatever. And the more I look at it, the more it's not being traded.
Some at the bottom there.
Wait, so C39 V2.
Well, that's the blade steel, but it's probably the lower left. That mess down there is probably writing, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's just crazy mess, but it looked like some kind of writing or something. But I think that other number is just a blade steel.
Oh, I thought there was an AK or something that was the C39, and that's the version 2.
Oh, C39 V2. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Is that the Palmetto AK or something?
Could be. I mean, they definitely did an artsy patch, but not a very good one of showing what the hell they're trying to show off.
Yeah. But anyways, that might be, like I said, I may keep that as trade bait, and that one might cost like 2 or 3 patches. Something like that. This one's kind of hiding. That one's kind of cool.
Oh, snap. That one's super cool. Somebody like Vector would like that one.
Oh, I got another magic googly eye one.
Oh, look at that. Dang. Yeah, see, what I would do then is maybe do like a video where you just go through some of them and then ask people what this is and say like where you got it and that kind of thing for the ones you know about. And then that'll let people know what you got. And I would imagine that would start. Maybe we can just do a thing where, so we want to facilitate some patch trades. Maybe on Sundays we catch up and see what kind of patch trades happened. And when we get situations where we get 2 thumbs up, something happens so that we can, with the patch swap, help make sure that people's patches get sent, because everybody needs a little incentive, I guess, to get things sent. So if we're all catching up every week or something, or every other week maybe, then we're able to keep track of that or something.
Yeah. Like this one, these are for DJ, and I know he sent me a thing earlier today. It was like, hey, I still have those things for you, and I don't know what he was talking about. And I'm like, I still have your things for you, but I don't know how to get these to him. But I did this a long time ago. These are a bunch of my extras that he called dibs on. I think we were off air, so that's a trick. Be off air when you're talking to people doing patches, just like this one for G-Webs. See, I labeled that one for G-Webs. I'll get those to you guys somehow.
Eventually. Well, I've got a way to create labels, and then I can just send you a copy of the label. You just print it.
Oh, does anyone want this spider that got squished on the basket?
Okay, so then I've got how do I save this? Am I going to be able to save it? I'm thinking this is Krabby's trades. Some people might be interested. I don't know where barbecue's at, but let's see what happens with this. So I'm going to see if I can't share this. Let me try to do this. am I trying to do? Trying to do an overlay. So I guess this was some of the stuff from today, and I'm killing this overlay, so you're not gonna see that anymore. And now I'll do this and do rotate left. There we go. So this is Krabby's list of trade patches.
Oh man, you've got a lot of those Wolverines.
And those Yankee ones too, and some DGS ones, spam can, an excess sight, and one of the green Hugafuds. So 3 of the 3D printed Wolverines, the teal color, oh, I don't know if it's the white or the glow, and then a green one.
Yeah, see, those are really cool.
So Patriot was asking about skulls earlier. If Smeggy has any skulls for trade. The only thing I seen was that one Ace of Spades was kind of like the Grim Reaper, I guess. I don't know if he would have a skull or if he was just a eyeball sticking out of that hood, but that was about the closest thing to having a skull. But he also has them all kind of like a third of the patch is touching the Velcro, and they're kind of like fish scales. They're all covering each other a little bit. So it's hard to say. When you do that, do you leave if there's a backing of loop, do you just peel a little bit of the loop away and leave the rest of it on there?
That'd be kind of smart, but no, I just ripped the whole thing off.
Oh, okay. You know what I'm talking about, though? Because that's how I do them in the book. That way, 3/4 of the Velcro has never been removed, and just that last little tongue or taste or whatever is the part that's connected to the thing, and then you just fold the loop part over, and it folds really easy because it's nothing.
Yeah, that would, like I said, that would have been smart. I'm double checking here for Patriot. Like I said, these are all the patch batch ones. I don't think there's any skulls in there. No.
Ghost, maybe.
And,
Most of Smeggy's are like words, like lettering or text.
yeah, because those tend to be the one. Like a lot of these are just like the whatever some company I don't even. Wait, did I just trade for this patch earlier?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
No. Oh no, it was an actual like rifle, like the actual
But
silhouette.
I did put one of those in one of the version 2s or something. I did hold one of those up.
Is this a fancy one?
I don't know. It's a nice patch, and it's a bolt action rifle with an optic. You don't see that very often on a patch.
And let's see, most of those are the Gear website ones, and then on the back.
I don't see any skulls. Maybe those are those deer skulls. It's just deer heads.
Oh, on the stag arms. Yeah, I don't think that counts as a
Deer
skull.
head, yeah. So everybody's digging the binders. I had an idea with those, so I'll have to keep playing with that and some scissors and some grommets and see what we come up with. We can have a little bit of fun with.
I'm not digging these clips anymore.
See, I always do them with 550 cord when I do projects like this one, because it's just so fat. They get so fat, especially when you're doubling them up like what you're doing. Each side is double, so it's like 4.
Well, and that's so this exactly that this pack is 4 sheets, and they came with like these smaller clips, and I'm like, well, what if I put these big clips, like empty, it only took up about half this clip, so I'm like, well, once it spreads out, it'll still be fine, and like it is okay, but it's pretty tight, and I'm thinking 550 cord, because that's on this one, which is 8 sheets. These things are hanging on for dear life. These are the same size clips. So again, the ones provided, there's no way in hell those ones would have lasted. But yeah, no skulls, unfortunately. I have a cow skull, but that one's a black on black. That's not going anywhere. And there's that blue, the wheeled and well armed. But anyways, so yeah, that's patch panel. Those aren't going anywhere, especially that one, my custom logo patch.
All right, sorry to leave you hanging. I was going to see if I could find. I thought it was people that got the super chat thing this Saturday or Friday. I did do a super chat thing, didn't I?
I'm not sure.
Card, and I put the card in here, and then I started packing up these new ones, and now I don't see the card. So maybe it fell on the floor and I don't see it, or it's stuck to something and I'm missing it. But I tell you what, we're about to hit the hour, so we'll wrap this one up and encourage people, if you're interested in swapping patches, do it. And then throughout the week, I guess keep track, make some posts somewhere, let people know about it. And then on Sundays, we'll get together, continue to patch swap patches. Yeah, you've got ideas on how to do it. I'll have to watch one of the other ones that the people do. I think they do just ship them though every show, and that adds a different characteristic, I guess. But I think it's been kind of cool having some. What do you call these things?
Yeah, I think
ones or cached ones for people to trade with, because then they have an inventory to trade with.
Yeah, I mean, I think shipping every week would be. I think if you have like a lot of different people all getting the stuff, and if it's too cumbersome for you to store, 100 people's different patches or whatever, like that's going to be too much. But at the other time, in my opinion of you keeping it a little bit, I've enjoyed it because I think I would have had 3 shipments already or 4 shipments because I won a couple and I bought one. Like, I don't want you to have to pay for shipping every week if I'm going to trade some of them anyways. So I kind of like the idea that you hold on to them for a little bit. But what if you did you swapped them every week and shipped them once a month or something? So then everyone knows, okay, new month, you cleaned out your basket. Or you charge people rent. And then you will send your patches for $1 a week.
No, I'm not trying to make $1 million here, and I don't need to nickel and dime. So we'll, I think maybe we'll just ship out the ones that people have said these are my keepers, and keep the ones that are the traders and see how that works. I can get one of these kind of accordion binders maybe and give everybody a slot in there, and if that works, because we're not talking a ton of them, then there's some stuff there. Maybe we could make it more of a bin type of situation, and then if you've got extras and you send them, like what Krabby's got, I just don't want to have a bunch of people stuff and then they go, like, oh, what happened? They had a fire or something. All these patches get burned up or something. So, I don't know. We can figure something out.
I mean, if you have a way to organize it better, that definitely hang on for a little bit. And then, because even still of like the keepers, again, I keep thinking, I don't want to get a shipment once a week kind of thing. Like I'm happy to have you only send it out all at once. Because I had 1 keeper last week. I had 2 keepers this week. Like, then put them all together, send them out once a month, and keep the other ones for trade. So you got to find a balance, right?
Yeah, exactly. Come up with a pace or something and see how people are going to start participating. Because once there's a system, then people can decide whether or not they're going to jump in on it. I guess people do get those boxes once a month, and it's similar to that, except now you're participating in what's going to be in the box. You'll know what's going to be in it, and you'll have had some chance to participate in it. I want to try to figure out a way to incorporate off patches to like patches that aren't here. Like I don't want to have to make it where you got to buy $30 to be in it necessarily. If we can, like come up with a way for people to bring their patch trades in, and somehow that, like I say, we're somehow tallying them or something at the end of the month. Maybe do some sort of thing where we see who starts with what and ends with what, or something, who gets the best trades for the month, and then something goes to the people who get the best trade in, or something like that. I don't know, coming up with ideas, just talking out loud a little bit. Patch insurance, nice. That's a good idea. Probably should come up with something like that. But just so it doesn't keep going on all afternoon, we'll end this one. There are a bunch of radio shows that happen on Sundays. There are some other just kind of community and conversation shows that'll happen on Sunday. So if you enjoyed this live conversation, I don't know what the next one that somebody's got in mind is. I should probably click it to something here and put it into mine so that it sends everybody that way. So I guess what I'm going to do is do two things. I'm going to go to YouTube and see what's new. Has anybody got anything they're going to suggest that's happening next or now? Is this happening on both channels?
I
Or
mean,
is this...
on Target Radio is in a half hour.
Yeah, I guess I'm the only thing live right now. Or no, I'm on the Gear channel. So is this happening on the big channel, or is this just on? Oh, it's on the big
It's
channel.
on both.
So I need to jump over to. Well, no, I can put something on this channel too, I guess. So let me jump into my.
It's on both.
Jump into my edit thing here. What is going to be the next thing up? You said eye on the target? No. Come and talk it, and then locked and loaded. I don't think I'll do locked and loaded. So I'm going down to the customization tab, and then I'm going to go to redirect. Videos from other channels. Locked. Does it let me? No. So that didn't work. It's letting me pick Chris from the 740's video from Wednesday. So that's what we're going to do. So that'll happen. And then I'll go to my other channel. I don't know if I have to be subscribed or something. So I'm going to jump to my other channel.
I say that's cool that you can also, like, it doesn't have to go to a live show. You can basically raid an old video to kind of promote someone else's thing.
It went to Chris's show next week.
Live show, you can basically raid an old video.
So it went to
That
Chris's
sounds like
show. It went to Chris's show on Wednesday.
Oh, because I could have sworn, I thought it was you, but I went to one and it was like last night's live show. Like it was a recorded live show. Well, I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
You can do two things. You can put in a, sorry, I'm talking and typing, and it's not working. You can put in a show, the trailer, they call it, that you're going to go to after the show's over. But you can also put in, I guess the redirect is where you go once it's over. And then you can put in a trailer, which it'll show 3 minutes of a video while you're waiting for the live to go live. So one is for the before and one's for the after. And I think I posted some of those befores. Does that make sense? Like the...
Yeah, because really, I mean, that's the way to go. Like it's funny because I can see YouTube is taking influence from other platforms. Like basically what you're doing right now is a chat raid, which Twitch uses all the time. And that's really how you get discovered because they have a horrible algorithm. So you kind of have to like get in with big streamers and then they point people towards you and then you get followers. But YouTube's doing that now too. And it's like anything that the gun community can do to help share each other's stuff, because we all know the algorithm hates us. So I really enjoy that you're doing that. And I hope that other people do as well. It becomes a thing. We all help each other.
Or at least know that we can, and then help who you feel like. I'm going to click the Yankees because why not? It's one that's coming up. It's in 4 hours, though. Holy shit. I didn't realize it was 4 hours. So I had this thing set to Yankees, but now I'm double guessing myself because I don't want to make people wait 4 hours to watch something. So
it's kind of like reverse quirking. because you're sending people to someone else's show at the same time.
Well, I mean, it's definitely a cool, like, yeah, like whatever that's called. That's it's a reverse invite. But
There's a hummingbird in my tree. I don't know if it's not showing up on camera.
oh, I don't know if I got you even on the camera. Am I looking?
Yeah, he's sitting up top on that like one branch that there's no leaves on.
Oh, interesting. Taking a rest.
Oh, another one just flew. Oh, Jesus Christ, they're fighting. Wow, I just got dive bombed by 2 hummingbirds.
Are you wearing like yellow or something?
No, the one came down, went over to this little bush over here. It's got little blue flowers, and then the one that was up there went shoo, like get out of here. This is my backyard, and they flew off that way.
Well, I'll tell you what's happening here is this. I'll just show you. Somebody's getting all worried and antsy. To me, in puppy language, that means the outside words. So we're going to end this thing. Take this little dog outside before he decides to do something, like jump off his chair or pee in the house. Right, so that was it. We did end up finding a way to link it to another channel. Unfortunately, it's going to be Yankees, so that's in 5 hours or something. The next show that's live is Eye on the Target Radio or Come and Talk It, which are both live in like a half an hour, top of the hour. Locked and Loaded Latinos, if they're going to be live, will be on after that, which is the same time that Gun Owners Radio out of Southern California comes live, and that's definitely worth checking out. They're all worth checking out. Later on this evening, there's probably people going live. I don't know. And stuff going on all week. Thanks for joining us. If you do some patch swapping, if you post some pictures of your panels, share them, and we'll figure out ways to incorporate them into this amazing patch adventure each Sunday. You want to say anything on the way out?
Yeah, so I just want to encourage people to check out my channel. I've done a couple of videos the past week of my patch panels. And so you can see how I sorted that book and how they became the ones for trade and the ones for keeps. So help me out, check those videos out, and let me know if you want to trade something.
Yeah, thanks. That's a good point. And Kingpin, I know, posted a video about his patches. I don't know if they were trades or not, but he posted a video of some patches. I appreciate that. And that's, the way we might be able to do this is post a video, have the video links in the description or something, and then people can check them out while we're live or check them out before the show, and then have an idea of what kind of gets traded. And, again, maybe we can use the getting together part of it to keep the trades happening, and maybe that'll attract some people and they really want to get some trading. Because here's the thing, everybody's got a lot of duplicates right now for certain things. When other people come in to trade, those duplicates will get lost real quick and replaced with stuff that are their duplicates from their realm, and then that's all it takes is 1 or 2 different groups of people trading, and boom, there's no more duplicates, and stuff that was once common becomes rare. It gets really fun.
Well, yeah, that's like I know Jacob's mentioned quite a few times, like, oh, I want that one. Oh, I want that one. Every time he said that, I go, I got 2 or 3 of those. So if I ever meet up with him, we can do a massive trade. But,
well, and that's why I was in like, yeah, I'll sell that to you. I'll sell that to you. Because what the hell? That's what it's all about, trading. And there are definitely people with multiples. So as we figure out ways to discover that and trade it, I guess somebody who might be on Facebook, somebody who's a Facebook patch trader, let us know how they go over there. I remember that my experience was they would come out with a new patch and they'd say, new patch is coming, 100 available. And then a bunch of people would buy it right off the bat. And then there might be like, let's say 20 left over. And then the person would say, there's 20 left, here they are. And then most of them get bought, let's say. And then the person would make a new patch, a new design. And that might be next week, it might be 2 years from now. Like it was, kind of dependent on the person and their life and everything. But it just seemed to be that, like people who were making individual specialized things and batches were coming together to let their customers or their fans or whatever you want to say, like know that a new one was on the way or whatever. But it wasn't just like, let's get together and trade patches just because it's Sunday and because, you know, I don't know, because we're trying to build another panel or because we're trying to do this or we got new patches or something. It was more like just people acquiring their collection and then showing off their collections to each other. And that's fine. It's just that, you know, trying to see what we can do beyond that. Have some fun with it. All right, well, again, this little guy is still insisting on being awake, and same situation with the bladder. So we're going to end it and encourage you to, hey, what's a good way to end a patch show? Keep the Velcro clingy. No, keep the, can't say Velcro anyway. Gotta say, keep the hook and loop. Something with it that rhymes with loop.